question. By having prohibition of alcohol in the United States, it's widely agreed that led to the rise of the mafia.
Right.
Bootleggers, the mafia, criminal organizations that were organized crime that went on to do a bunch of other horrible things inside our country, and they were built up with money because alcohol was illegal. The moment alcohol stopped being illegal, you still have these people with all this money now. You fucked up. Now they're organized gangsters, and now, okay, alcohol's legal now, so they're just going to sell it legally.
Right.
And they have millions and millions of dollars from a life of crime. You've already done that with the cartel. You got to do something. You got to do something. And you probably also should legalize drugs. I don't think you should take drugs. I think coke is probably terrible for almost everybody. I think meth is probably terrible.
Do people still do cocaine? I thought,
absolutely.
Really?
Yeah,
like it's really a thing
I know
still?
people who do it. The growing Chinese investment in illegal American weed. Of course. Why wouldn't they get in on it?
Check out this number that it says here. Of the 2,000, of the 800 farms, the OBS in Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics has shut down in the last 2 years. 75% were linked to China.
Oh my God, China's growing weed here. They're growing weed here. Oh my God.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about this from a thought exercise where I'm like, because I know these units. I'm intimately familiar with them. Bro. If we declare war on the cartel, like these dudes are not going to understand what the fuck is going on.
No,
like,
of course not.
They are going to be, because God,
you'll
God
stop the
bless those
distribution.
Guys.
That's going to be
They are in for a world of like ultra violence they've never actually felt before, because obviously this is a very capable ultra violent organization. They have fucking no clue. If we organize these tier 1 units against them, this is going to be what I would be doing if I was down there. I'd be like, I know all those shoe boxes in my fucking, my walls that I'm going to have to collect up. I'd be getting ready to retire right now. That's what I would be doing, because if Delta Force was hunting me, bro, I would be so terrified.
Is that a real thing that they've proposed doing?
Yes, that is a real thing.
Who proposed that?
I'm almost positive either JD or Trump had said something with the new guy from ICE, like we're going to mobilize tier 1 units against the cartel. The only thing I thought was like, retire. If you guys got some money, man, I would like put that away. Like maybe move Jamaica.
Open
I don't know,
go
somewhere. Yeah, buy a restaurant. Like try to go legit, because
go legit.
Dude, if those guys are hunting you, by the way, like you're done. You're fucking done.
And it's a weird thing that's going on right at our border.
It's a
strange. Weird thing. Because it's so close to us, and it's so ultra-violent and dangerous, and it's just completely shaped the way the entire economy of the country works. They have so much power and control, and it's a criminal organization that is almost entirely, at least, funded by us, by our desired. Trump declares war on cartels. President-elect said notorious crime syndicates and drug kingpins will never sleep soundly again once he launches his plans to tackle the issue.
I've thought about this for a long time, where I'm like, if they turned loose Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 on cartels and pedophiles, we could just kind of like erase the problem in about 2 years. It's be gone.
He wants to send troops to Mexico. He said we make appropriate use of special forces, cyber warfare, and other overt and covert actions to inflict maximum damage on cartel leadership, infrastructure, and operations. Oh, Jesus. Bro, it is going to get wild come January 20th.
It's going to get wild, man.
It is going to get wild. Very interesting. But the thing is, like, people, inaction is action as well when it comes to this. Like, you're going to continue to prop them up. They're going to get more and more power and more money. And we got to figure out why everybody wants Coke. What the fuck is it?
You think it's Coke?
I think that's the big one. I'm pretty sure it's the big one. I'm sure a lot of it is pills. They have fake pills. Like they sell like street pills, different like anti-anxiety medications, Molly. There's a lot of stuff they sell that's also laced up with fentanyl, which is responsible for, who knows how many tens of thousands of
It's like 200,000 people is what they're saying, is that fentanyl is responsible for that.
Crazy high.
It's insane.
It's a horrific thing, and it's gotten to the point where people are scared to try any kind of drug because they're thinking fentanyl. They found fentanyl in weed.
What?
Yes. They found fentanyl-laced weed. Yeah. People are dumb as shit, man. You don't think they'll try putting fentanyl in weed? People are dumb as shit.
Yeah.
They'll try all kinds of things. People are retarded. I know people that have mixed MAO inhibitors and mushrooms and acid all together. Like, what are you doing? Are you trying to go to space? Like, what are you doing, man? Jesus Christ. You're just experimenting on your brain.
What is an MAO inhibitor? What'd you just say?
An MAO inhibitor, monoamine oxidase inhibitor. It's the ingredient in ayahuasca that makes DMT orally active. So monoamine oxidase breaks down DMT in the gut. That's why when you eat, like if you eat a salad, that's why you don't trip balls.
Got it. Okay.
Because otherwise, like most plants, some crazy number of plants have DMT in it.
So,
like, how many plants have DMT in it? I think it's like 1,000 or something nutty like that.
When you think about the legalization of psilocybin,
yeah.
So Texas, and this is what I know about Texas because they're leading, I think, a lot of research specifically related to vets.
Apparently, the former governor Rick Scott is really into this.
Rick Perry,
excuse me.
Rick Perry, because of his relationship with Marcus Luttrell and some of the other guys in the community, he has been leading the charge on this. Do you think that from psilocybin being legal in the United States, do you think it would be an issue? Do you think it would be an issue at all?
I don't know, because you're going to get people trying it that wouldn't try it before. You're going to get people that use it irresponsibly, just like you get people that drink irresponsibly. I think that's the situation that we find ourselves in if we're going to give people personal freedom. They're going to make bad decisions. You know, you can buy a Corvette, right?
Yeah,
you can go to the Chevrolet dealership, buy a Corvette right off the lot that goes 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, and you're flying around corners. You could be a fucking maniac and kill people in a Corvette, or you could just enjoy it on the highway and be responsible and say, "Wow, what a great car! This thing's awesome. I love it."
Right.
And you don't cause any problems for anybody.
No.
Both things are possible. That's what's going to happen if we make drugs legal. You're going to have people try those drugs that probably shouldn't be trying those drugs. You're going to have people get addicted to those drugs that maybe wouldn't have gotten addicted if those drugs weren't available to them, especially if they weren't legal, if you could just buy it somewhere. But if you don't rip the fucking Band-Aid off of this, like, infantilization of society and let people know that there are things out there that they're telling you can't do, and the people who are telling you can't do them haven't even experienced them. And when it comes to things like psilocybin and psychedelics, like, if you haven't experienced them, you really shouldn't be talking about them. You have no idea what you're talking about. You just you can't possibly know. You can't know. And if you have experienced them, then you're probably going to agree with me. You're probably going to agree that there's some serious benefits to it. 50.
Yeah.
God, 50. I thought it was a lot more than that. At least 50. I had read something that was like in the hundreds.
I can't find a solid number. I mean, it's in a lot of stuff, but.
So the point is, like, I know Phalaris grass is like really rich with DMT, and there's that's also the acacia tree. That's what when they connected. There's like a university in Jerusalem that connected this idea of Moses and the burning bush to a DMT trip.
Oh, right.
Because the acacia tree is like rich in DMT, and the idea of burning it, you see God, and God gives you this message and tells you what to do and what the rules of behavior are. I think anybody telling you that these things should get you locked up has clearly never experienced them.
No, they never have. Like, I spent all of my life with a top secret security clearance, like most of my life, like from my 20s to like my 40s, right? And my personal experience with them, this is before we went public, but my personal experience with them was my problems were rep after rep, cycle after cycle of combat after like relatively high stress scenario after scenario after scenario. And I was having a really, really hard time trying to directly connect with love. I actually could not connect with that experience. It was really difficult. And my wife and I were going through this ongoing debate